Hey guys, I just got back from the fertility clinic and I thought I would give you an update. So alive. It's been a bit of a crazy past, I think 2 weeks. I still have a tiny bit of an arrhythmia. It's slowly going away. I've seen I think 5 doctors in the last couple weeks because the day and then I think a couple days after the last video that I made where basically I had a pretty serious near fainting spell. It took me the better part of an hour to even be able to stand up safely. And what I've discovered since then is that estrogen, if you're also on thyroid medication, which I am, can interact with, if you take estrogen medication, it can interact with thyroid medication, and it can cause an arrhythmia. So that's, I guess, what's been happening. And yeah, it's been really scary. The first, for sure, few days, week, I guess it was a week. The arrhythmia was so bad that there were times where I was legitimately questioning if I was having a heart attack. And then when I almost fainted, there were moments where I was lying on the ground next to the security guard with the defibrillator, literally wondering am I possibly gonna die? I think it's possible. It was so scary. Anyway, so I've been chatting with my endocrinologist and I got a referral to a cardiologist, which I go in for testing tomorrow, just to make sure that it really is just a kind of drug interaction and nothing more serious. And then also I found out that there's different types of arrhythmias. So sometimes your heart can be beating improperly, but it's still in a safe range or something like that. So interestingly, what I've been thinking about the last few days is that I had an arrhythmia in my early 20s and I actually got tested for it. So I had this Holter monitor thing, which basically hooked up to monitor your heartbeat. And I was told that it was fine, which I always thought was strange, but I guess because I didn't understand then that you can still have an irregular heartbeat, but it be in a safe range of abnormal, I guess. Anyway, so what I started wondering the last few days was that was also, I always just thought oh, it's because I was in university, I was stressed out, okay, whatever, I'm fine now. And then since discovering that estrogen can also interact with this, and remembering that that was the time span where I was on the birth control pill, I tried 5 or 6 different birth control pills over the course of a few years, and I finally just stopped because my body just didn't like it. There was always something that went wrong with the next one that I'd try, and then there'd be something else with the next one that I would try. So finally I just gave up. I was I don't think this is for me. And it never occurred to me that that was also the time span where I had this unsettling arrhythmia. But now I'm wondering if they were related. My fertility doctor today said that estrogen alone doesn't cause the arrhythmia. You have to also be on something like Synthroid for thyroid drugs. But I have some thyroid stuff going on, and although I wasn't on thyroid medication in my early 20s, I don't know, I wonder if they were somehow related. So that's something I'll have to talk with my endocrinologist about. But I have more news. So I've been preparing for my next FET. This time we're doing a different protocol. So he has me on prednisone, and then my doctor upped the prednisone because while figuring out this arrhythmia thing with my endocrinologist, I discovered that he's now questioning if I have an autoimmune issue with like my blood platelets. So the protocol that I'm doing now is 15 milligrams of prednisone, which is like an autoimmune suppressant or something like that. And then originally he wanted me to take aspirin because I also have a genetic issue that apparently increases my risk of blood clots. But then when we found out about this potential autoimmune thing that like damages my platelets, he's like, okay, don't take the aspirin anymore. So yeah, just prednisone. And then what else? Oh, and then I have this genetic thing where like my body doesn't convert folic acid very well. So I'm taking, instead of like the typical 1 milligram that's in your prenatal or whatever, I'm taking 3. And then because I'm taking a high dose of that, I have to take vitamin B12 to supplement, because apparently high doses of folic acid decrease the absorption of vitamin B12. And then what else? And then, hold on one second. I just got my box of meds. Okay, so then at some point in the next 2 days, I'm starting to take doxycycline, which is an antibiotic, and Medrol, which I don't really remember what that is, but both of these are just for the transfer. And then I think the day of my transfer, I start to take Fragmin, which is another autoimmune medication. And then originally he wanted me to take progesterone suppositories. When do I start that? The 26th. Okay, so I start the progesterone a few days before the transfer, so in a couple days from now. And then today he changed his protocol, and I don't know why I didn't ask, but now he also wants me to add in every couple days some more of the progesterone in oil. So when he first concocted the protocol for this time, he said, oh, like if you want to do the suppositories this time, it's fine, because we're doing what's called like a natural cycle, meaning I'm not taking estrogen to artificially plump up my uterine lining. We're just letting my natural cycle do that for me. And the difference is that, for me at least, is that it just meant that we needed to like track when I was going to ovulate more closely, versus if you do like a fully medicated one, you can really just, what is it called? You can make your body do what you want it to do based on the timing and etc. of giving certain drugs. So anyway, so originally he had said I can do either progesterone suppositories or I can do those like progesterone shots I did last time. I was like, oh my God, if I have a choice, definitely don't want to do the shots. But for whatever reason today, he decided that in addition to the suppositories, he wants me to do some of the injections every 3 days. I'm sure at some point I'll ask why, but yeah, so yeah. And then on Monday, so in a week today, we're gonna do the little embryo, little baby transfer. I'm very excited. Yeah. I'm in Canada, so I don't know much about the embryo. Well, what I mean is I won't be able to choose the sex like many of you probably can. But hopefully this time I'll remember to ask during the procedure which one was selected. I really hope that I have a little girl, but at the end of the day, I just want a baby. So we'll see. And then what else is going on? I guess I've just been like busy with a lot of doctor stuff, to be honest. Like figuring out this whole arrhythmia thing has been kind of scary. Yeah, and then just trying to like clean. It's weird that I guess I almost feel like, even though I'm not pregnant yet, I feel like I'm nesting. Like I've been doing a ton of decluttering, which is good. I've been so busy. Like, I've wanted to do this stuff for so long, but because I moved a year and a half ago, so I feel like I never quite settled in, because I went from like moving to suddenly being thrown into this whole IVF thing for the last year. So yeah, I'm just trying to finish some stuff around my apartment. Maybe at some point I'll give you a tour, but right now it's a little bit messy. I also had to bring in my plants from my balcony, so I have to figure out where they're all gonna go, and yeah, gotta find space for my new house plants for the winter. Anyway, I'm just rambling now. Yeah, if I didn't say this already, the reason why we're doing a different protocol this time is because I don't need to time it. Last time I had like an important meeting that I couldn't reschedule, and so the meeting was in and around the time that the transfer would have happened. So because with a natural cycle, you can't predict the exact date of the cycle, like you can't schedule it per se, in the way that you can schedule it when it's fully medicated. Like when it's fully medicated, you can choose. I was given a window of like, oh, these are like 4 days that we can do it on. Which one would you prefer? This time, because it's fully natural, it doesn't work that way, which I'm great with. Like, I don't have to take as much medication. I don't have to take these shots. But again, this thing, oh my God, life changer. So good. Definitely buy one. Yeah. Anyway, okay, have a good day.